everyone, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Nicole. Thank you so very much for stopping by. My channel is all about planning, punch needling, and clay. If you are returning, welcome back. I am so glad you're here. Whether you are new or returning, given today's video versus what I normally share, you may be wondering why I am doing a pantry organization video. Well, I recently had some renovations done and one area was my pantry. There was a lot of planning involved and I figured you could join me as I move back into my pantry with some realistic ideas that worked for me. I will also share with you how I came up with the design and layout for how I decided to store my items. Prior to having my pantry renovated, as you saw, I had 3 wire shelves and I primarily used it for miscellaneous kitchen items and small appliances, but not for food. When I decided I wanted to build out my pantry, my goal was to make it more functional by having dedicated space for all the things I don't want to store in the kitchen. Before this, I would just store all of my food in the kitchen cabinets or on a utility cart. I watched some videos for inspiration and spent quite a bit of time online looking for storage options. There were many purchases and a few returns, as some of the storage options I selected just didn't work for my space. And that's one piece of advice that I'd like to give you. No matter how much you see on social media, in the store, online, at your friend's house, at your family's house, at your coworker's house, no matter what, be sure you find what works for you, your family, and your space. A couple of days before I worked on my pantry, I cleaned the shelves, but decided to do one final wipe down before I started adding items. The first thing I'm adding is my microwave. Initially, my microwave was above the range, but it had to be taken down for some electrical work. Once it came down, I liked the look of my kitchen without it above the range, but I also did not want it on the counter. So, my only other option was the pantry. As I considered different designs for my pantry, having dedicated space for my microwave was very important. Later in the video, I will tell you how I came up with the design for my pantry. I'll also give you my pantry dimensions and other specs you might find useful. Let's talk about how I decided what would go where in my pantry. I created a sketch of my shelves and wrote out everything I wanted to store in the pantry and where I thought I might want it placed. I'll pop a picture up on screen so you can see what it looks like. This is actually the second version as I misplaced the first one, but this is how I planned out my space. From here, I started thinking about what type of storage, if I didn't already own it, I wanted to use in this space. Although I had this sketch, things still changed, and that's okay because I still found this very helpful. This is about 2 hours after I started working on the pantry. I was so hungry and ready to sit down that I decided to stop for the day. I am working on the top shelf, and on this shelf, I am storing my cookbooks, chafing set, beverage dispensers, and overstock for teas and seasonings. Let's talk about some details. I found 2 pictures on Pinterest that were my inspiration for this space. The pantry is approximately 4 by 5. There are 4 shelves, and from the floor to the top of the first shelf, it is 18 inches, and from that shelf to the top of the second shelf, it is 18 inches. Between shelves 2 and 3, and 3 and 4, there is 20 inches. Between the top shelf and the ceiling, it's 32 inches. So I could definitely utilize some shelf organizers if I wanted to add more items. The 2 bottom shelves on the microwave side are 19 3/4 inches. The 2 top shelves are 16 inches. The shelves on the cookbook side are all approximately 11 inches. I have recessed lights throughout the kitchen and in my pantry, so as bright as you see it, that is how bright it is all the time. The wall color is West Highland White by Sherwin-Williams, and it's my favorite white. The expandable 3-tier shelves came from the Container Store, the bins from either IKEA or Amazon, the food containers from Amazon, and the storage boxes that are on the floor and the one on the top shelf came from Amazon. One of the last things I added to the pantry are the storage boxes on the floor. 2 of them are full with overstock items and the other one is completely empty. The empty basket is for items purchased that can't fit in or behind a bin, basket, or in a kitchen cabinet. I'm still trying to figure out the style of containers I want for my dried beans and the type of labels I want for the containers. If you have any questions, please do let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out with me as I move back into my pantry. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one.